Radio check, radio check. Work is in the AO. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can join us today for some Hearts of Iron 4 1-Year War plus 19. Sorry for the late start, as well as having to take the day off from streaming yesterday. I had some other stuff to take care of, and I actually got a little too into it, which is why I had to call off the stream for yesterday. So now I'll have to make up for that by doing things today. So basically, we're not starting off just yet. Oh. Oh, so that's what it was. Currently, doing something in the debug mode because I had to check some stuff. Just a bit of a so that's what it was. Just a bit of a refresher for people who might not or who might not have been here last time. Currently have control of the Iberian Peninsula thanks to a reroute from Gibraltar, and we've also managed to successfully reconnect with the stragglers here, the 24th Motorized Division that got caught up, or left behind rather, when we retreated from North Africa the first time. And thanks to the fresh forces that have arrived via Gibraltar, they were able to survive and even got some reinforcements in the process. Now we have a bit of a we have a bit of a front line, or rather a toehold in the Israel-Palestine area, taking over both Jerusalem and Tel Aviv in the north, and bits of the Gulf here in the south. Meanwhile, the combined arms of the fresh, or rather the reserves from the 23rd, the 33rd Reserve Force, alongside units from the newly reformed Task Force Africa and the 23rd Mobile Support Force, have managed to successfully drive off most of the AU forces across the vast areas of North Africa, and just cleaning up stuff here on the south. So I was just checking while I was doing the debug right now because I read over somewhere that I can actually bypass some of these block decisions via console commands. So I was checking that now before we started the stream, and apparently the reason why it seems like driving all the way out here to Europe in Africa has been much easier than I expected it to be is because we have not triggered some event flags on our side because Earth Invasion 1 is blocked off. Ideally, once we activate Earth Invasion operations, the Federation will also be able to activate some of their own flags on their side of things, but because we did not, well, the Federation is currently stuck with just, a number of infantry and armored divisions somewhere, while we're over here just trampling around, capturing most of their ground forces. So while that's happening, I also apparently had some errors popping up, 1,000 of them in fact. I think there was a couple of model issues, and still have some compatibility issues, probably some missing models that are that are just using placeholders and all that stuff. Anyway, I'll probably have to activate those flags as soon as we've captured or cleared up most of South Africa, and then we'll try to activate the Earth Invasion 1 flag by console, and we can proceed and let the Federation actually get back on its feet or some such. Of course, realistically speaking, if you're going to want to enjoy this game, you would rather, what do you call it? You should not use console commands as much as possible if you want to really get the experience, but it's mostly just for, what do you call it? What's the term I was looking for? Last resort, yeah. It's a last resort thing, since I missed this I missed the part that this was a timed event, so now we cannot activate it normally, so we'll have to go with rather the console command to activate that. Anywho, as stated in the stream title, our primary objective for today is to secure Europe's soft underbelly, which is mostly Italy, some of the islands here, and probably bits and pieces of the Balkans, but I'm not too sure if I can do that effectively right now, especially since, you know, borders and all that. The idea at least is that we could take control of this southern Mediterranean coast, get also the Cannes area, and Marseille, Toulon, Nice. So we'll have better control of the Mediterranean Sea and reduce the AU's naval presence in the area, so we can ease up on the convoy losses a bit more easier, or ease up on the convoy losses. Period. By denying some of their major fleets in the area with easier frontline port sides, but as you can clearly see, there are still a tonload of Federation naval bases that we cannot access because we don't have enough ground forces to secure these points. So now that we know there's a tonload of stuff we can actually do, we'll just have to clean up this area first and foremost. Good thing there's an air base here. I can just send the boys back up by air. Once we've cleared this part, convoys will have an easier time traveling. It's nice, actually. Just swimming around here on the southern end of the Atlantic, not being intercepted. Managing to land supplies here in Kenya. Oh, no, that's Jubaland. Kenya's over here. Kenya mainland, at least. So yeah, anyway, we're going back to the actual save. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me check something first. Says... Okay, since we're here already, I'm just going to disable the console commands, or rather the debug mode. Return to main menu, or rather, let's just load the standard. Test mode is a backup, just in case the original autosave dies. Yeah, sure, Amuro, not even your dad hit you. That's in it. Oh, whoop. Okay. Looks like the debug mode is still on. I have to return the menu for that one. Yeah, you can't see it on your side because I'm covering it, but the icon for the debug error listing is Haman in her SD office lady mode, which is kind of cute. Okay, I think I'll have to mute this part, or rather the bot is gonna mute this part because it's music. I still hate that the copyright bots market is copyrighted music, despite the fact that it's baked into the game. I guess it's because it's a 1-1 copy of the, I call it, the actual soundtrack instead of something from the other Gundam games, but we can't really do anything about that. Just have to pause it at this part. Now, where you see it's still blocked here. Now, we are going to type this to disable the checks. Now we have 31 decisions we can take advantage of, but we're not using that. We're just going to focus on this one. This is how the Earth invasion screen looks like. You have the option to determine where you want to land your initial invasion forces, and you also have the ability to choose how many of the different types of invasion force divisions you can set up for landing. You do not really have to worry much about where the resources will be coming from, because they're going to be picking up stuff from your stockpile, which is generally speaking really helpful, especially if you already have an armored reserve, or rather you already have mainline forces in action elsewhere. Now, we're going to play this canonically by landing first in North America, but if you want to break the cycle a bit, you can also choose to land in the Southeast Asia Oceania territory directly. You can land forces in the Northern Territories and somewhere in Thailand. Then you can drive all the way to Canberra and probably Tasmania to capture everything. Or you can choose to land in East Asia, and you'll have troops landing in both Beijing and Shanghai. And you can have them pushed to Nanjing and probably part of the Korean Peninsula, southern Russia, Vladivostok, get some parts to Japan as well. Then there's also the option for the South Asia landing operation, which has you landing in the Indian subcontinent instead, one in the north and another one in the south. There's also the Odessa landing operation, which lands you just east of Odessa itself, and you'll have to go across the Crimean region to Akhtubinsk to complete the operation. The North Africa region is a bit tough because you need to capture 3 of these points: Tripoli base, Alexandria base, and the Aden base, which is on the southern end of the Persian Gulf. In the actual period, or rather, if you actually did this operation as soon as you start the war, it will be a bit more difficult to capture this than what we already have, and you already thought that was pretty hard, especially since we can't really directly supply forces to the Alexandria base landing point. But since we're starting this with the Federation already, or rather the AU already really low on resources, we can probably drive straight to Aden base without much issue. Now, apart from that, we can also conduct a deep European landing operation, putting us somewhere south of the Isle de France, but giving us the objectives of taking both the capital of the Netherlands, just says Holland there for time period purposes, I don't know exactly, and then we also have to capture Hessen for some reason. I have no idea why it's Hessen instead of, say, Berlin or Frankfurt, probably Hamburg. I guess because there's a major industrial region in the area. And of course, there's the South American landing operation, which drops us outside Sao Paulo and requires us to also capture Maranhão, the Maranhão region for some reason. Well, then again, the Maranhão region is somewhere around here, and ideally that's just south of Jabal. So if they can land a foothold in that area, they'll have an easier time securing points over there. All right. Now here's the important part. Conducting the operation requires you to balance the number of forces you want to deploy. Now remember, there's only a number of forces available in your stock. The limit to the number of forces you can deploy is dependent on the stockpile that you have. Since these areas are already captured, we just need to drop probably 2 MS divisions in our main drop zones, which would be the California base to the west and New York here in the east. But if you want to play around with the thing a bit, you can also send in a couple of armored divisions, which is actually a pretty significant force, all things considered, because they're dropping 200 tanks with 100 motorized infantry and a total of 5,700 manpower in just one armored division. That's actually pretty large. Now, these division templates might look familiar to you, but they're actually using the invasion templates, which are exclusive here on top. You can't train them directly, though you can view them here. And despite the fact that that says they can't be used for paradropping, this is just for spaceborne dropping anyway, and it's just a one-time thing. They can't really drop air or make them airborne. By the time they land, they'll be like a regular infantry or mobile suit division, so the capabilities are still dependent on what their nearest template is based on what you have in your current inventory. And as soon as the first operation is complete, I believe you can actually edit these templates to your liking, so that you can change what you think might be missing from the initial invasion, which made it a bit more difficult for you to land. So that once you complete the first operation, you can have a more effective invasion force in your second operation. So for the time being, we're sending in one MS division and one motorized division, no, one armored division to deploy here, and now they're on the ground. No fancy animations and all that. Funnily enough, they deployed all on Newark, or just outside New York, actually. Mostly because we only ask for 2 divisions out of a potential of unlimited potential, relatively speaking. Mostly because we still have a large pool of manpower, thankfully, as well as a equally large pool of reserve forces. As you can clearly see, it's using the default modular attack model, because that's the basic invasion armor division invasion unit. Can't really do anything with that for now. Now, once the first invasion operation has gone underway, you are given 120 days to complete your target operations, which requires you to control, or for this case, since it's North America, it requires you to control both California and New York. Ideally speaking, you'd be deploying a larger formation of invasion forces here, as opposed to sending just 2 reserve formations. But since we've already controlled most of North America by forgetting Earth Invasion Operation 1, we'll have to just knock out this decision node checks first. No need to worry much about the 120 days deadline, since we've already got full control of North America here. So let me just set up the invasion here on this side so we can send in paratroopers, or send the 5th Light Airborne to capture the St. Helena naval base. Well, I send these other guys over to head down south. Wait, hang on. Offensive line. I'll send you guys down the middle. The 23rd will be attacking from the right, all the way down here, and these guys are going to be attacking from the left, even though there's just 4 of them. Now, set you up on attack as well. Anyway, for the time being, since we've already completed Earth Invasion 1, let's play that. And you clearly see, headline from the Federation Post, warning about an invasion of North America. Local media reports that a large number of HLVs, heavy lift vehicles, believed to belong to the Republic of Xi'an military, dropped from orbit into North America today. There is already information that the Republic of Xi'an military troops have deployed and began invasion, and the areas are in turmoil. Although there has been no official comment from the government, there are reports that AU forces are on their way to intercept. What AU forces? Well, they certainly would have intercepted if I was still just starting the invasion here in North America, but since we've already taken control of both locations, they do not have any more forces to spare. Here these guys are. Oh, reinforcing the patrol fleets. Anyway, we'll just have to wait for some of the other triggers to happen. We sank one of the ships. Looks like one of the front lines got caught up in something. Let's be taking a rest. Yep, definitely taking a rest there. Paratrooper operations were complete. Now that that's done, let's hope nobody intercepts these guys so we can send them over to this side and probably capture Madagascar and the Coral Islands and probably Mauritius. But it doesn't look like the Federation, or rather the AU, has any naval bases in the minor islands, or at least any naval bases are being occupied. So for now, let's send you guys back home by sea. Let's hope they don't get intercepted. Still pretty low on experience, though. The new guys haven't done anything effectively besides jumping out of planes onto hostile territory. They can't really do much. And thanks to the fact that we actually activated the invasion operation, we can now actually exploit resources here in the California area, which means we can get extra tungsten and chromium deposits. Excellent, excellent positioning for us there. Just waiting for the triggers to happen once the... There you go. North American drop operation is complete. The Joint Chiefs of Staff report that they had completed all of their original operational objectives in the North American drop operation. New York and the California base are now under our military occupation, all according to plan. I really love this picture. It's one of those art pieces they added into that Gundam Century art book that came out in the 90s. And this is one of the rare instances where they use a mix of the remodeled and original Zakuto models with some captured shields. I think the shields aren't really... These shields in particular aren't really used for combat, and they're more like for ceremonial purposes only. It's kind of a unique thing seeing mobile suits in front of the Statue of Liberty. Right, now that Airdrop Operations 1 is complete, we're going to do Airdrop Operations 2 again. But we'll have 2, once again, use console, decision, no checks. Now, we'll have to conduct air operations in the south. Ideally, if I had done this properly, I would have started going to East Asia first, but since we've already gotten Sao Paulo and Maranhão already, we're going to use these guys. Okay, since these guys are unassigned, don't need to worry about that. So I'm going to send an armored division and a motorized division to provide support. And then they'll be landing somewhere around Sao Paulo. Oh, we need to knock out this one again, just in case. And then, there you go. Republic of Zeon troops to drop into South America. According to local media reports, yeah, they conducted operations here. This, I think, was from MS Igloo. Probably one of the early Ground War cutscenes. Really like the image here. Now, we've received these guys, 36 heavy cav and 37 motorized. The model for the Zebus are still pretty nice, actually, even though we don't use them as much anymore since, we have different model for mechanized infantry. But they're still fun to look at. As is the case with the North American invasion, invading Jabal requires you to use 120 days, and failing to do so will put some serious penalties on your frontline forces. Had to work fast for that, and as you saw from the last time from the time we actually tried to invade Jabal, they still had a sizable defense force around here, which is a bit of a problem in the long run, considering that the the infrastructure in this area was awful as all hell. So that puts the defenders in a bit of a bit of advantage, mostly because but where's my I haven't left. The low infrastructure around Jabara put the defenders at an advantage because we can't maneuver effectively to try and attack and seal off their escape routes. Frankly, we did have the numbers, but if we didn't, as in the case of an actual drop operation, we wouldn't be able to capture Jaburo in 120 days at all. Now, are there any resources we can exploit? Apparently not. That sucks. Now, let's wait for Jaburo to fall, or at least for the official notification that it's already falling. There you go. Drop operations are complete, and everything is going according to plan. Now we just have to wait for Earth invasions. That means we have to do this again. That's in that. We're going to conduct Earth Invasion 3. Now, since we are already here, we're going to conduct a North Africa drop operation, and we're going to use an infantry division for this one, probably a motorized division. Send him down on the ground. Take out decision, no checks again. Oh wait, hang on a second, I forgot. Oh, it's not there yet. Oh, it's right here. Colonial Plan Red. There are a couple of other operations we can do, which includes Plan Red and Operation Colonial, which are all mostly aimed at the South Indian continent. Unfortunately, we can't really control any of these right now since we don't have any forces that we can land there, though we still have a slot for Earth Invasion 4. So maybe, just maybe, we can actually do something about that later. But for now, let's conduct our operation drops here. Where's our reserves? These guys. That's it? I thought I had a motorized division down here. Oh. Now let's send these guys over to Aden base. So that's going to take them a while. 3 days, actually. That's pretty fast. Despite the fact that the infrastructure is awful here in the Middle East. Seems the motorized forces are much more effective in maneuvering in this light run. Even the infantry are actually moving fast enough for the runs. No, not really. They're going to be there in 2 weeks. Looks like the motorized ones are going to be the ones capable of securing the operation for us. So while they handle that, let's look at the progress here in Africa. I love this cut. This is definitely from MS Igloo because I remember this one. The WAP, this particular WAP, driving in front of Zaku's, conducting recon operations. Well, that's underway. There should be something coming in here. Come on, why is it still not popping up? I don't know if I want to activate this now, since ideally we're trying to focus here, but I guess if we can deploy a decent number of reserve forces in the south, we can conduct Operation Colonial and Plan Red as soon as we are able. But for now, let's hope we can finish this area and then drive north to Italy. These guys still prepping up by the looks of it. Not exactly enough resources to jump forward just yet. But we did capture Brazzaville. Leopoldville is just waiting to get something done. And Intel is still saying there's only 17, or at least, or rather at most 17 divisions still ready to fight. But it'll probably come up faster in a minute. We'll just have to wait and see. This is a very precarious front here, with only these guys driving down to Aden base. And not exactly any forces to any extra forces to secure the front line. So if the Federation manages to build up a big land force, they can push us out and strike into Cairo base. Hopefully they don't, because we don't have the resources to handle that. 115 days to complete the invasion of Africa. I don't want to do a naval invasion, actually, because they still have 6 ships, and I don't really have a lot of ships to, a lot of ships to spare. Rather, I don't have a lot of boats to spare. This escort flotilla is currently inactive. These guys could sure use an extra hand. How about they're both surface forces. Okay, no, I could no. The other one is submarine. I'll send you over the 2nd Reserve escorts while you guys are jumping over the 4th escort submarine force. And that's our reserves complete. Anything else we can use? It's weird, I can't set up the Cyclops unit just yet. But we have to wait until 3 operations are complete. Now we just have to... supply issues. Yeah, when that happens. Debuts are running as best as they can, though. Ah, that's a win. Looks like we sank another one of their intercepting destroyers. But they still put some of our convoys at a really bad risk, and we're still losing some of the ships. Yeesh. A lot of supply loss here in the African coast. A lot of pockets of resistance not captured as well. There we go. Hardy Steiner is now in the field. The decision was made to appoint Captain Hardy Steiner, who had demonstrated excellent command through the Earth Drop operation, as captain of the newly formed Special Forces. This unit, named Cyclops Corps, well, Cyclops Team, because I think it's just a small unit actually, it's part of the Mobile Assault Forces and is intended to conduct subversive operations and diversions to EU army bases. For that out, we just need... There you go. Harry Steiner is now in effect part of the command crew. Probably can deploy him here. Yes, special forces. No more. I could probably get him out. Max speed. Planning speed, max planning. And there's also max command power increase, but I want to put Harry out there. Oh, okay. Planning speed, max planning, I can probably afford to lose. I'll just put Harry up here. And then with him up just a bit more, we'll be able to conduct everything else. No, more resistance to occupation, this time in Barcelona, in the Catalonia area. I'm seeing some bulges, dude. Starting to worry about these salients that are not covered by the frontline forces. Oh, never mind. They're really pushing in, just need to secure bits and pieces here and there. Still can't conduct anything. Is the African operation still... Okay. South Yemen. South Yemen. Ah, I need to control the entirety of South Yemen. I see the issue now. Don't have a large movement positioning there. Strategic maneuvering, please. the far. Still a bit of an issue here with all those aliens getting left behind. Can we not get up yet? Just a bit more, I suppose. Steiner is here. That's two Special Forces commanders, actually. Just waiting for this to be available, and then we'll be able to deploy anything else. Is he a ground commander or a fleet commander? Oh, no, there he is. Commando, non-combat supply penalties. I think I'm gonna put Steiner in charge here, since it's... Oh, wait, hang on. Dang, I should have put him with the reserves. Well, whatever. We'll send Johnny to the reserves once the invasion is complete. We need to finish this operation. We still have a bit of an elbow room to finish the op, but once the drop operations are complete, we'll consolidate all the drop forces and put them all under Johnny's command. Hopefully that will help them stay alive for longer. It's not exactly going to be an easy time. Oh, wait. Don't forget. Resources. I'm in your sector, stealing your resources. Set up the infrastructure. Got this part, apparently. Excuse me. Why does the resource, or rather the infrastructure, suck here on the eastern side? Is it a carryover from Vanilla Hearts of Iron, where the Republican area of Spain is still poorly developed or something? Kinda sucks. That reminds me. Where's the 5th Airborne? How are they? Ah, here they are. 5th Light Airborne apparently suffered something. Don't know if they were intercepted, but it doesn't look like they had. Looks like their experience progress actually dropped a bit. Sending you back over here just in case. Meanwhile, anything else out here? Still taking a while. There you go. Aiden base is now under our control. Which means we just need to control South Yemen and we're good. Oh, there's a new one. Oh, we can move to South Yemen. Oh. Why though? Operation Africa Drop is complete. Now things are going according to plan. And we now have an extra set of... There it is. Organize the Wounded Soldier Unit. And develop the reuse P device as well as Assault on Jabro MS. Why do we need to develop Assault Jabro MS when we already have Jabro? Well, whatever. Now that's 13. We have other options we can complete, I think, but let's wait for the events to happen first. Yep, it's time for some research. Where's my research packs? That in the way, we can probably... Well, yep. We can finally activate these guys. The Agugui, based on MSM-04, designed for close quarters combat. Yeah, it's an Akgai with a different weapons load up. Compound Monai has high performance normal Monai, allowing for operational action at night. Environments where visibility is limited, like the underground. Next is the Huagu. Another redesign of the Akgai, training the claws and all that for beam cannons and missile arms. Also have the AG, drill mobile suit. And finally, the Zagok. I like to call this the Mike because it looks like one. They're going to be done in over a month, which is nice. Now waiting for everything else to be available. So what are options here, actually? I could deploy Operation Colonial by sending in some of the reserve forces, or rather using the unassigned divisions as the landing force. There's an armored division here, and there's the mobile suit division here in New York, the other armored division, and there's the other one here in Sao Paulo. Pretty high ranking, actually. And, well, doesn't look like there's anything here. We can probably afford to give ground in this area now. Then we'll use the invasion forces. We'll use the surviving invasion forces as a single landing force. Have them drop in on Delhi. And then we'll activate both Plan Red and Operation Colonial, which requires us to capture east, by the West Bengal area, and then the southern Indian continent. So for the time being, let's first wait for the land forces or rather the invasion forces to complete their main objectives. Then we'll consolidate them by a single command, put them in the south in a separate front. Okay, let's see, these guys. The two divisions we sent to North Africa as support forces. And let's get these guys. And these guys as well. 14 column. Well, no need to worry about these guys. They're just sitting around. Then the other invasion forces here. This guy. They're unassigned. And the other one here outside Newark. And this is going to be and we're going to put Johnny in here because he's already pretty veteran. Even though it's mostly a formation. Who else needs to transfer it? Oh, crud. He can't really do much right now. Okay, that's everybody. 8 out of 6 divisions. Midnight Fenrir. Green. Yes, thank you. Now, everybody in the 8th will be put in a new theater. Going to be a South Asia theater. And then we'll send them all back home for a bit. There to send them to a landing in India. via strategic deployment, and that will be that. We'll activate a Plan Red and Operation Colonial as soon as we've captured Delhi. For the time being, let's focus on Africa, which is slow going mostly because of the resource bottlenecks. Our convoys not exactly at full supply mode. At the very least, the escort forces seem to be doing something. Would show you some more escort forces up on the front lines, though. Because as you can clearly see, there's still a lot of red, mostly coming in from the South American supply lines, intercepting most of our big guys trying to get through still. Let's just be thankful that they're not doing as much on us as... Ooh, ooh, this looks nice. Yep, we've deployed the Cyclops team. The Cyclops team is formed. We have established the Special Unit Cyclops. This team is headed by Hardy Steiner, who fought with distinction in the Earthsdrop operation. The unit will be a small group of specialists and is expected to serve in a variety of special missions, including sabotage, espionage, and rearguard operations. And that completes the Harry Steiner achievement. If you're wondering why somebody is out of focus here, that's because that's the guy that got killed in the Antarctica mission from the early part of 0080. If you haven't seen that, that's spoilers. I think it's kind of late because War in the Pocket came out, what, 30? Nearly 40 years ago? But yeah, that guy was the original member of the Cyclops team that Bernie eventually replaced. Now that's one mission complete, and Harry Steiner is now available, which means just about ready to go into this guy. How many miles to the battlefield? And we have an advantage, as you can clearly see, mostly because we already have both the MSM-03 and MSM-07E in our development. Now the question is, who's gonna get the advantage in supplies for that one? There's another one here. Oh, right. Conducting espionage in the moon base. It'll be taking 20 days for that to complete. Meanwhile, the land forces here are still taking a while to arrive. As long as these... 56 days? 2 months just to complete that operation. Ugh. Convoy's getting hit again. We need 410 now, but ships aren't getting through fast enough. I lost another one here. Dang it. Yep, that's 2 freight convoys out. Excellent escorting there, Flanagan. Excellent escorting. Can we conduct airborne operations here? Ooh, 15. Ah. Develop more tungsten and chromium deposits in California. Just need to get some more of these done. No checks are disabled. No need to worry about that for now. We've already conducted all 3 land operations. Convoy requirements. So the main issue now is that we have to take over the Indian subcontinent, but we don't exactly have the resources to do that effectively unless we can actually land there first, which will definitely take a while, especially since the strategic redeployment is slow. No thanks to the disadvantage in railways. Oof. I haven't built any extra infrastructure here in the western part of the Middle East, by the looks of it. These guys are going to be taking the... Oh, airdrop complete? Excellent work. These guys are going to be taking the Alexandria base orbital landing zone at least. Troops from the third Earth drop operation report to have dropped to Earth earlier. This completes the first phase of the Earth invasion operation. The AU forces have not yet recovered from the chaos of the earlier colony drop, and the paratroopers are making advances without encountering much resistance. With the Earth drop operations complete, you can now be able to Anyway, for the time being, you can, with that complete, with all three operations complete, you can now edit the invasion troops, and you can train them for other invasion operations, or you can update them so that the ones that are already active will be properly supported by mechanized forces or priority support companies as you see fit. Meanwhile, it looks like the event for 0080 is now underway. Our intelligence service has received intel that the AU military is developing a new type of mobile suit, being developed as part of a series project codenamed G4, and is likely to be a high-performance mobile suit of the same type as the RX-78. There is also intel that it is being designed exclusively for use by new types. Intelligence is still investigating the full details of the G4 project. It's now time to activate the Cyclops team. They're currently focusing on espionage in the moon base, so we can't really do that. Oh, nice. Supplies are now up, at least. These guys, at the very least, are pretty much still, or rather, taking these routes home. How about everybody else? Taking it so long. 8 more days? Everybody else seems to have reached orbit already. Maybe not. They're still moving. Coming up from across, driving across the state on foot is definitely not a good idea. Well, hang on. We have an event here, but for the time being, let me just adjust the templates for the invasion forces. That's infantry. What's the template like? They're definitely gonna need a field hospital, a motorized recon company. Probably should give them some support vehicles too. Support anti-MS, self-propelled artillery, and probably a maintenance company. That should be enough. Yes, we're missing equipment production, and that's support anti-MS artillery. Where is it? Should be around here. Oh, it's in the artillery. That's an anti-air unit. Yeah, these guys should be enough. Kind of funny sending these guys out on the front. They're pretty much just for colony purposes, but well, it's interesting because I don't really use the anti-MS infantry or anti-MS tank that much, so this is a first actually. You guys are gonna need a logistics company for the supplies, and probably no. Let's go with support MLRS, which means we're gonna need these guys again. Where's support? You guys. Wired muscle cars. Apparently, we just need. Let's just be thankful we have enough military factories to support our enlarged forces now. Great. The motorized division just needs a couple of light mobility, logistics, and Probably a Galgo cannon. Yeah, that should be enough. And that's it. That's everybody. No, they're MS division. MG. You guys need RPG formations. Well, yeah, 3 RPG teams, and then gonna need a logistics company and a signals company. Bada bing, bada boom. That's all the invasion forces now properly reassigned and rebuilt. We'll just have to wait for the reinforcements for each side to complete. While that's happening, let's look in Africa. They're still just challenged in the middle and they're not doing much outside of Kimberade. We can probably go and activate the event here. How many miles to the battlefield? After discovering that the new AU mobile suit was located in the Arctic base, the Xeon Assault Task Force ordered the Special Task Force Cyclops team to steal the unit. In addition, if the robbery was impossible, they were ordered to destroy it at any cost. The reconnaissance conducted 3 months earlier had revealed that the base was divided into 2 sections, but it was unclear in which of the 2 sections the new mobile suit was being hidden. Fearing that the AU would destroy the new Gundam or escape by air when they learned of the attack on the base, Captain Hardy decided to divide his troops in 2 and launch an attack at the same time. Nisha and Garcia were in charge of the front base that could be attacked from the sea, while Hardy and Andy were in charge of the base that could be entered from the underground submarine dock. At the same time that they succeeded in breaking through the underground passageway from the submarine dock, Nisha and Garcia's Hygogs were making an assault landing on the surface. The confusion caused by the sudden attack on the enemy was short-lived, and the AU forces immediately deployed cold district GMs to intercept. Yeah. Gotta hate those smoke-bearing units. Hardy decides that his Zalgok E, which had thicker armor than the Hygog that Andy rides, is better suited to stalling the enemy and sends Andy ahead alone. Meanwhile, on the surface, Misha and Garcia's Hygogs, which had fully demonstrated mobility and firepower, were laying waste to the AU's GM platoon. Having destroyed half of the base, the two searched for the new Gundam, but it was nowhere to be found. Hardy receives a message from Andy who has passed through an underground passage to the surface. What lay beyond the passageway was an AU shuttle base, which at the moment Hardy thought that he made a mistake. His prior information was definitely out of date. And in the past 3 months, the Federals had rushed to build the shuttle. Hardy had a hunch that the mission would fail, and sure enough, Andy reported that a container that appeared to be the new Gundam was being loaded into the shuttle as they spoke. Hardy decided that it was no longer possible to secure the container and authorized the use of a hand missile unit against the shuttle. You might remember that as the big orange stuff that most Hygogs would use. But Andy is unable to attack due to the tremendous counterattack of the GMs guarding the shuttle. Looks like he was just outnumbered. After destroying the enemy mobile suit in the underground passage, Hardy rushes to Andy, but Andy decides that he can't wait for him to arrive, so he ignores Hardy's warnings and attacks with missiles. However, it was quicker for the GM's 90mm guns to pierce Andy's fuselage for the missiles to be fired. Just as Hardy caught up to him, Andy's mobile suit fell backwards and the missiles were fired. The outburst of the missile exploded behind Hardy, and the blast sent his suit stumbling through the corridor entry towards the surface. From the cockpit of the out-of-control mobile suit, Hardy watched in dismay as the shuttle rose into space with a roar. And that, my friends, is what happened in the Arctic base. Fortunately, the Alex escapes. Can't really do anything about that. Ideally, we should have gotten this one instead, but because the Federation had some sort of intel advantage, we pretty much lost the chance to get the Alex for ourselves. So we'll just have to wait and see if we can take them out or capture a unit in combat. Speaking of units, looks like we're getting an extra estimate on newer divisions coming out for the Federation. I think they're starting to rebuild their armored forces now. Let's just hope they can't get here before we complete capture of Africa. Reports are emerging that Desert Rommel has shown excellent command on the African front of the Earth Descent operation. Soldiers of the African front have great confidence in him, calling him the Rommel of... That's his name. And his troops are highly cohesive and have achieved excellent results in the harshest of battles. By appointing him as commander, it is hoped that his abilities will be displayed outside of the Desert War. Let's get Desert Rommel out. Now, where do we want him? Because we can put him in the Africa front and have him replace Vish Donahue. Oh, there's Andy Strauss and Gabriel Garcia. Where's Desert Rommel? Where are you? You're not there yet. Probably still building up. Oh no, there he is. He's a Desert Fox. We can put him on the desert formations. Or we can send him over to... We can put him as a reserve and probably command a separate unit in the South Asia theater. There's some more... Oh, doesn't look like there's a lot more desert here in the... Never mind. The Cape has a desert region, but it's not too big to worry about. Still taking a while for anybody else to arrive. It's gonna take at least 2 more days for the espionage operation in the moon to complete. No sign of movement from these sides of the line, looks of it. I wonder what's happening with the AUG right now. That's... No, we sank a fighter. They shot down 2 of ours, but we knocked down 1 fighter and a destroyer. Button dismiss. These more resistance. Looks like we're getting a lot of them now again. Still moving apparently. Gonna take 5 days for these guys to arrive in orbit. The guys from the Africa front had it easier because they were closer to Alexandria base and just waiting for things to quicken up. Meanwhile, everybody else in North America is still making their way up. If Johnny is not effective at commanding these commanders or commanding these units, we're going to replace him with General Rommel soon. He has the ability to command 24 divisions anyway. Nothing too fancy out here just yet. Uh-oh. Here he is. Reflections in a brown eye. Having declared its neutrality in the war between the AUG and Xeon, Side 6 was enjoying peace in the midst of a war-torn Earthsphere. It was widely believed that Side 6 was able to exist without interference from either the AUG or Xeon because of some kind of behind-the-scenes favoritism. I remember that being a thing more vividly in the 3rd compilation movie, because I think they gave it a bit more focus there. Al Isuruha, a boy living in the Rebo colony of Side 6, which we've already taken over, was one of the many boys living in the area. His conversations with his friends at school are dominated by the war between the AU and the Xeon and topic of the mobile suits. Mobile suits are boys' romance, after all. Anyway, Xeon Zaku's unit was especially popular because it looked so powerful. While Al is talking to his friends Che and Talcott at school, he gets into an argument with his classmate Dorothy, who claims that the AU doesn't have any mobile suits, but Al unintentionally lies to her that he has seen an AU mobile suit. Foreshadowing. Al and Choi want to prove her wrong somehow, so they plan to sneak in and photograph the AU mobile suits when Al's estranged father meets him at the spaceport. Although he manages to sneak in, he gets disappointed to find that the only thing he is able to photograph was a container and not a mobile suit. Dun, dun. But one of the containers contained a new Gundam that the Cyclops team had missed at Arctic Base. In the meantime, Xeon forces, having obtained information about the existence of a secret AU base at Site 6, conducted reconnaissance of Site 6, confirming its authenticity. Xeon forces, convinced of the existence of the base by the quick response of the Egg forces, withdrew quickly after only sporadic fighting, so the colony was not severely damaged, but this was the first time that fighting had taken place inside Site 6, which had declared its neutrality, and it was an event that made the citizens of Site 6 realize they were also part of the war. Yeah, this is different from the engagement in Site 6 that involved the White base, because that was on the borders. This attack was somewhere within the borders of Site 6, so it's pretty much a bit of a scare, or something that really got in, or really reminds Site 6 that they're not exactly safe from the war. Al, who was watching the battle at school, saw one of the Zaku's crash landing towards the forest nearby. Without listening to his friend's warnings, Al started running and headed for the forest where the Zaku had crash landed. There he finds a figure of the metal giant lying on its side. I don't know how this counts as lying on its side, by the way. Excited to see the mobile suit up close, Al turns his camera around. Through the viewfinder, he sees the figure of Bernie, a Xeon soldier, pointing his gun at him. And unfortunately, we're here. Now, Federation will have Chris, and we'll have Bernie here. Yet replenishment to the site reinforcements. In response to requests for personnel replacement from the Cyclops team, which has been ordered to investigate and destroy the AU's new MS, it has been decided to assign Bernie Wiseman to the Cyclops team as of today. I don't think he's a corporal. I'm sure he had a higher rank. Probably petty officer first class. As far as I know, corporal is like petty officer second class, maybe. Lance Corporal. Now he's not a Lance Corporal. What the heck? Bernie has obtained a video of the transport of a container believed to be related to the new MS during the previous recon of Site 6 and is considered to be well suited for this operation. As you can clearly see, he looks like a cadet. Now, we're going to have to wait and see if this operation is going to be complete over the river and through the woods. Meanwhile, we've got a week left until the Von Braun information operation is complete. Let's hope that that comes out with a positive outcome. What are you guys doing? Man, you've got a lot of resources, and you're just waiting out there. Okay, he can't effectively command everybody here, so we're gonna send in Desert Rommel. Still moving up, apparently. What the heck? Well, it's probably these guys on the Los Angeles region that had an easier time driving in. Gonna take for these guys to arrive. 40 days! Absolutely insane. Still losing convoys despite the fact that we're refilling some of our needs, but still, I'd love to if our fleets managed to sink more capital ships. It's a subsurface fleet, so yeah, we're gonna put you here. You guys are gonna be here. You guys. Oh no, that's surface fleet. Okay, that's closer. A lot of surface vessels here. Supply is absolutely banged up right now. They're still not driving as fast as I want them to, though. Ah, that's a loss. Looks like we lost a convoy here. Not a good sign at all. They're taking a while to drop in. I like this. At the very least, we're enjoying air superiority in the mid-Atlantic gap, and our GAUs are having an easier time dropping in and laying mines for the enemy forces. But I would have really preferred if we had access to naval bombers as well. Ooh. Supplies are getting really tricky up in the orbital regions. More resistance, unfortunately. Starting to move here. These guys are not so much. That's another Federation naval place out of action. AU sabotage by the Cyclops team against the Von Braun factory, which was thought to be a secret army factory, was successful. Perfect. Skill level for Einsteiner is at +1. Perfect. Huh. Perfect. More ciphers coming up. I just had to listen up here and here, and then we'll activate the Raya, the decryption operation. Eastern Island, do I want to take care of that? I don't feel like it's worth invading it. Naval engagement again. Are you guys moving yet? Oh. Oh, there's an infantry division stuck here. Looks like it's the second side 2 guard. Elidor! Oh man, I haven't seen Elidor in the front line in a while. Looks like they're scraping the barrel if he's put in command, though. Suppressive barrage versus delay. We have issues with supply and maneuvering. And thankfully, because we are a bit tougher than Elidor's infantry formations, they can only do 50% on armor damage. So we're low on fuel, which puts us in a bit of a bind. That's knocked out. We'll have to retreat to Luanda now. Let's cut them off before they can cross that river. Overran. Perfect. We're suffering some rear line damage, though, mostly because of the resistance forces in our occupied territories. Everybody else in the South Asia theater just waiting for the guys in the North Africa region to get home. Despite the advantage, or rather the fleet built up rail lines and infrastructure, it seems like it's still taking a while to fully refill, or rather fully transport forces at a rapid pace. So that's a bit of an issue. Can't really do much for Aden base right now. I don't think I want to spare troops defending this part of the region. Rather, I'd prefer covering positions from Kuwait in the east to Aleppo in the west, so that I have area here. And I don't have to worry about naval invasions for the time being. We can push further and move into Basra, Nasiriyah, Karbala, and probably Baghdad. So the area here in Khuzestan could be a bit of a problem to defend here in the south. And frankly, I don't feel like a horseshoe front line would be useful for us right now. These guys, on the other hand, are taking their sweet time rolling south, and that's annoying. That's a win. 2 destroyers. Perfect. Just taking their sweet time driving. Come on, guys. Federation will be able to regroup soon unless you guys start driving south. Come on. Well, at least the logistics fulfillment, it seems to be getting done a bit higher, but the convoy situation is still a problem. Naval forces do we have available? What the? Oh. 3 of the 4th Surface Escort Flotilla have been detached for repairs. I don't know if I want to detach this guy as well, because I'll leave him with just 3 surface vessels and not much else. More of them coming up. I wish I can build my naval forces faster, though. Can we not do anything with these guys? Dang it. We'll just have to stick to naval production then. Oh, Pretoria in South Africa. Transvaal. Send you up on a force. Ooh, there you go. Mobile suits are not complete. Probably build them if we want to. I have the factories to spare, right? I have 1,196 factories in total, so we can probably send these guys out. Waku, the Gok, and Ang. Let's build these guys a day. Thankfully, we have the resources to fill them. Now, what do I need these guys for? Is there a template I can use? I think there is. Let's add some of these guys in the MS division, maybe. Where are they? Galgut, Baldi, Galgut Cannon, Galgut. Oh, they're all support units, so that's why. Gif, Gonzaku, Efri, Dom, Pezindawash, Galku, Galbaldi. Up their support units, huh? Let's see. Who do I want to get these guys with? Some maintenance company and support MLRS unit. What happens if I... Where are they? Oh. Oh, they count as special forces! I see. And... Well, they can be paradrops, so I can probably replace one of these guys. And Mobile Tank Division can avoid. Do the MS Division? Yeah. Yeah, the Airborne Army Division can probably use some of them. Gigan. Oh, not the Gigan. I need... Oh wait, these are special forces, so... maybe we should make a new division. Or just special forces. Maybe not. Show decommission templates? No. These guys are already well supported, though. How about the armor? Yeah, let's just put them in production, then send them over to anybody who needs support, maybe? There's an MS. I can probably... Since they're just support MS, we can't really put them here, which is kind of annoying. But then there's also the fact that they're special forces, which means that if I send them over to one of these guys... Yeah, let's... these guys need airborne battle tanks. Fine, send them in. Google B. Where's the other one? Gawk. No engine, just the engineer company. Can't do anything else. Italians. That should be enough, though they're going to be having some issues with resupply and fuel usage. Do I also have any airborne formations? Build some of these guys just in case. And then train one airborne division. Just one. And put it in... Can I not put them in orbit? Dang it, can't. In that case, let's just send you guys over to the Alexandria base and have you guys reinforce the support forces soon. Ah, there's a pocket here. Excellent, just excellent. One of the issues when doing that manually is, of course, they're going to leave salients behind. I'll be forced to clean that up soon. Right, well, everybody else is busy there. Let's do a drop operation. What? I mean we don't have enough transport planes? I have a ton load. Is it too far? Okay, I guess it's too far. Time to move strategically. Send these guys over to the Kimberate Air Base. Yeah, they're out of range. I thought the fat uncles will have the range there, but apparently not. Took a paradrop operation, have them drop right here. Take a while for these guys to get there, though. We now have the home front, 4 separate formations. North America, just these 5 guys. South America, 2 separate formations. Africa has 3. Europe has 2. And South Asia has 1. Yep, that's a destroyer. Excellent. Now that's a lot of spots currently under our control. But I need a significant boost in numbers for these to be more efficient. Most of the railheads are cut off. Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going. Do we want to go? Looks like the Federation's already gotten Chris as well. Over the river and through the woods. Hardy, Garcia, and Bernie, all dressed in AU uniforms, infiltrated the base through an underground passage for colony maintenance. As the 3 of them took control of the control room, a Fey soldier approached Bernie. You have an accent. Where are you from? Are you from Straya? For a moment, there was a tension between Hardy and Bernie. Nah, side 3. It's a Xeon accent. What? Sig Xeon? With an exaggerated hand gesture, Bernie held up his right hand. The Fetty soldier said, "It's not funny, buddy," and walked away. The 3 of them escaped the crisis and went to the hangar, where they found the Alex lying there under maintenance. And look at the fat explosive reactive armor on this thing. At the same time, the urban area of Ribo Colony was in chaos due to the sudden appearance of a mysterious mobile suit. The Canfra, a Xeon-based assault mobile suit assembled by the Cyclops team in the colony, was walking through the crowded streets at night, looking like it belonged there. Hey, everybody wants a nightcap every once in a while, you know? Surprised by the sudden appearance of a Xeon mobile suit, the Riot Defense Forces calls for support from the station troops in the AU troops in the area. However, due to the recent battle with the Xeon Recon Unit, the Federation forces had no mobile suits to cooperate and refused the request. On the contrary, they tried to use the Riot Defense Forces to buy time to bring in the Grey Phantom from outside the colony. Without the support, the Riot forces tried to stop the camper with conventional weapons such as helicopters and missile vehicles. The missile buggies we are currently constructing, but they are completely outmatched by the 197mm shotgun shells fired from Xeon's latest assault mobile suit, and are destroyed. Just as the mission was about to reach for the... What? Ah! Just as Mitchell was about to reach for the snacks he had brought into cat. No, it's not Skittles. It's actually beer. Oh, rather, rum. Is he a rum drinker? Well, it's alcohol. The Mobile Suit Squadron began to descend from the White Phantom or the Grey Phantom that had moved into colony. There were about 2 platoons of them. Misha did not hesitate and shot down the gun cannon mass production with a shotgun and knocked out 2 GM commands with his Sturmfausts. But even the Camphor, which was heavily armed, was running low on ammo. It's a good thing we have something worth fighting for, said Misha as he reached for his Skittles. I don't know why it's called Skittles, but I'm pretty sure the stuff he reached for is his alcohol canteen. After seeing Garcia enter the hangar control room, Hardy and Bernie slowly approached the area where some federal soldiers were gathered. That moment, 2 gunshots rang out from the control room and the hangar doors were electronically locked. Hardy fired a series of machine guns at the backs of Fetty soldiers who rushed out. Yep. Hardy was then shot by a federal soldier who had rushed from another area. Bernie wiped out the Fettys with his shotgun and went to see Hardy's situation. But Bernie said, or rather, Hardy tells Bernie instead to get in the Alex, and when I give you the signal, you run. And he doesn't want to leave his commanding officer, but while Hardy is insistent, Hardy throws a smoke grenade into the air, leaned forward, and fired his machine gun. Garcia jumped out of the control room with a machine gun in each hand and attacked the Fettys without mercy. When Bernie saw that the Fettys were momentarily threatened by the newcomer's appearance, he ran towards the Alex through the smoke. When he ran up the ramp, Bernie saw Garcia's uniform turn bright red as he was shot. Bernie ran as fast as he could through the gunfire. Hardy, who was ran out of ammunition, returned fire with his trusty service pistol, and Garcia, who was lying about 10 meters away, showed no signs of moving. Hardy, with his pistol's magazine now empty, crouched against the wall. He wanted to move, but he was bleeding so badly that he was losing all feeling in his body. Just when he thought he was done, a roar rang out in the hangar, and he heard the screams of the Fettys. When Hardy managed to raise his heavy body and looked towards it, he saw the 2 eyes of Gundam staring at him as it raised its upper body. We managed to capture the Alex! This is actually a first. The first time I tried this, I failed to actually do anything to the Alex at all. And now Gabriel Lache Garcia is in our achievement points. We're going to head to wait to see if we're going to be able to get Secret Alex or we're going straight to Operation Christmas. But since we already have the Alex in control, there's a high chance we won't get Say It Ain't So, Bernie. Right? Oh no, not really. Fettys have a 64% chance of activating Say It Ain't So, Bernie, which is gonna suck. Suck so hard. Say It Ain't So, Bernie is an annoying line because that's canon and everybody knows what happens to Bernie after that. Why? What? Oh, mountains in Zambia are in a bit of a pain to travel through. So I guess these guys from the 33rd have decided to take the strategic route instead. Everything seems to be going well here, relatively speaking. But we haven't achieved our objective of landing in Italy yet. Still moving to capture the points here. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about any Federation forces so far, but at sea, it's a different thing altogether, as the Fedis still have access to a significant amount of naval forces that are blocking our convoys and doing their level best to keep us from effectively transferring supplies. Taking a while to travel through the mountainside here. These guys seems to... Ooh, the salient is now almost cleaned up. And there it goes. And to expand our construction work in this area, better infrastructure means more resources coming back to the capital. See if things suddenly... Ooh, new event, let's see what's going on. Yes! The Alex is now in our possession. Absolutely beautiful, people. Which means Bernie survives and doesn't have to worry about this. The Cyclops team's operation to capture or destroy the Federation new Gundam was a success, and the technology for the new type Gundam was brought back to Zeon. Nice. Now we have the ability to build... Wait, we already have ECAP. But we now have 3 Alex Gundams in our stockpile, as well as their beam rifles, anti-beam shields, and beam sabers. Question is, do I want to build the Alex? Hang on. Alright, let's build a couple of Alexes. Thankfully we have the resources for that. Now I want to know who I can deploy the Alex to. Since it's technically... Please tell me it's not a Special Forces unit. Oh, it is. Dang! Okay, so let's send these guys with the MS Invasion Division. Just have to wait for the Alex to arrive. Probably change the model for that for the Alex. And we'll have them land here. But this is actually the first time in a while that I managed to activate the secret of Alex ending. Surprisingly. So we can still, since we've already overlooked these areas, there's still a chance that we can activate Operation Christmas, since that's the number that's going up, which can unfortunately mean that Bernie has a high chance of dying, and since the Federation has a higher number here, there's a very good chance that event will fail. Let's hope that doesn't happen, though. Okay, 33rd Reserve is still in position. Ooh, the paratroopers have arrived. Just reorganizing. And we just need to get here. Areas. Capture most of Madagascar. Get the rubber from them. That'll be nice. That's done. Ooh, there's some convoy. 69% chance of Operation Christmas happening. Okay, that's weird. Federation doesn't seem to be doing anything at all. A second. Well, whatever. Let's keep driving. Let's keep driving south, see if they can actually do anything else. Mhm. Just a bit more, the drive will be it'll be close to complete. How about the paratroopers? Are they doing? Where are you guys going? Oh, they got left behind. All right, the paratroopers are good to go. Let's conduct an operation and take Madagascar. Perfect. Now, let's capture the entirety of this island. This is reorganizing. Getting ready to move up. Ooh, the supplies are still sucky, though. That's almost everybody. It's just the 39 that's taking a while. They'll be there in a day. Also on the research slots that I can actually do something with. Doesn't look like it. Okay, that doesn't look like anything I can use. Which unit was? Ah, there it is. Yeah, now Alex. Yeah, I need to change this logo because it's definitely Federation markings. Where's the Alex invasion? Oh, it's just generic Alex. Seriously, there's no other option. I thought that was a Xeon Alex model, but I guess it was something else. Very least, we have them in line now. Just waiting for the last infantry division to. Oh, come on. 3 convoys? Guys, seriously? Is that the best our forces can work with? Guess we'll just have to deploy who we can out here. The last reserves. Suits. Deploy them with the 4th Mech Strike Group then. Ah, that was quick. I was wondering what's going to happen down here on the south side, but by the looks of it, looks like they're almost done taking over most of the South African region. Meanwhile, over here, these guys still driving through. Not much of an not much of any kind of opposition here in the Madagascar region. Another set of convoys, guys. What the heck are you guys doing? That's 15 convoys, and most of them are gone. Well, at least we managed to sink a destroyer there. Just wondering why the Federation is still. Ooh, is there 15? Ah! More tungsten and chromium deposits in the California area. That's helping our supply lines. Currently at 14 tungsten. No, that's Lima in Peru. In Peru. How about here? We now have 29 tungsten deposits and 29 chromium deposits in the entirety of California. Next line will add an additional 6 of both resources, which is definitely helping our mobile suit production. Only we can keep our convoys alive. Come on, guys. I guess that's a no then. Is everybody in the South Asian region ready? Oh, looks like we're good. Definitely good. Time to land in Delhi then. How long will it take for the South Asian forces to land? 131 days for the infantry? They're that slow? Kidding, right? I can't really do much about that. Now we have the Alex Gundam, which is... Why is it colored like Amuro's? Okay, that's funny. Amuro colors. And how about Africa? Africa almost taken over entirely. Just need to take care of these areas. Natal, bits of Kras and Kunin. And just like that, the African region, or rather the main African colony, or rather the main African continent, is under our control, mostly. These guys are just waiting for me. Let's just send them in, finish this once and for all, and that's that! Africa is now officially... well, the African mainland, at least, is now officially under Xeon control. That being said, we just need to... We just need to set up our landing forces here and then send them to either Palermo or Sardinia. Maybe I can send some guys over to Sardinia, but we'll have to start from Palermo here in Sicily, so we can definitely start the invasion of the soft underbelly of Europe. Why is there missing? Oh, these guys. Now that Africa is officially out of action, I'm gonna send the Task Force African units to defend the Middle East. And that's the official... We'll have them transferred all the way up there. Well, the elements of the 23rd Mobile Support Force and the 33rd Reserve Force will have to wait here. So I'm going to send you over to this area, and the support the 33rd will land here near the airbase in Tunisia. The heck happened to these guys? Oh, they're still driving in. Entering this point. Ah, these guys, huh? It's a light airborne armor regiment. You're going to be joining up on the attack here. Okay, then. If you want to do that, that's on you, buddy. Run all across the Middle East. Let's hope you don't run into any Federation mobile suit formations out there, yeah? And naval battle as well with another 11 convoys. What? How do you keep losing convoys, guys? Seriously. This is starting to get really annoying. I mean, it has been annoying since the war started because apparently our submarines are just too slow to intercept their interceptors. And that annoys me. Guess you just have to live with that. Should set automatic split up on these guys. But it should be split up. So now we are ready, or rather, in preparation to conduct our invasion of the southern Mediterranean regions. Meanwhile, we have the South Asian region under the command of Desert Rommel coming in hot and clutch. We've managed to complete the Hat and Noah intel break. Taking a while for a reuse P device to be completed. Another set of convoys. 7 convoys! 7! What are you guys doing? Let's just be thankful that some of the other convoys are breaking through without issue. But that is seriously poor performance, guys. Absolutely devastating, painful. Let's get more planes. Get a supply hub down here. Have the railways linked up. Moving up to secure this point. And we'll have them conduct paradrop operations here, and here, and no. Let's ignore those minor islands. Another loss! Another freaking convoy out of the fight. We'll send the 5th Airborne back by land forces, maybe. We'll have them drop. And now. Still a bit of an issue with the supplies here. Not exactly going hot. The heck, guys? They're gonna even get there in time? Ooh, a little over a month, apparently. Any news? Numbers are still there. Hey! Ace of the Sniper Squad has been completed. Living Dead Division, which is a Wounded War veteran unit, specializes in sniping in the Shoal Zone. I don't know why it's translated as Reef Space. I guess close enough. But there have been reports of soldiers with extremely good scores among them. The division is staffed by the research team of Dr. Carla Mitchum, who is known for her research on the reuse psychoframe device, reuse compa device rather, and whose soldiers are conducting field tests of the device as test subjects. Test subjects of Dr. Mitchum's research. The results of the scores suggest that the study is worthy of attention. Their decision is what makes Xeon winners in this war, apparently. Well, not winning enough because our convoys are still getting stuck up over here and over there. And yeah, we have Daryl Lawrence and Burrows ready for deployment. So, how do they look? There's Mikhail Kaminsky. Oh, urban assault specialist. There he is, Daryl Lawrence. MSM, and he's a wounded soldier. Can't really use him in frontline combat that much. Oh, Bernie's here. Who else is around? Soon, Kelly Lasner. Why is Kelly not listed as a disabled pilot as well? Didn't he lose one of his arms? Jansky, Stone, Denham, Ortega. Where is he? Oh, there. No, that's Burrows. Where's Burrows? Ah, he's a ship commander, huh? You know, I actually haven't watched Thunderbolt that much, so I don't really recognize a lot of the officers in this area. Where is he? There he is. Admiral Burrows is a space expert. Unfortunately, we can't really use him. Two new mobile pieces are now on the ground and ready to deploy. Come on. A little over a month until we can use a reuse P. Meanwhile, the guys here are still driving, still moving up. Transport. Send you over here. You can be used to transport everybody else. And we'll use Harry Starner's forces to land in here. Oh, that's great. That's real great. Oh, looks like we're actually managing to get through on the supply front and getting some reserves in the... Nice. Xeon has now taken control of Delhi. So it's gonna take a while for everybody else to arrive. So we'll just have to see if we can... Once we've gotten everybody from the South Asian Theater 30th Reaction Force down on the ground, we'll activate these other command decisions, and then we'll try and capture the entirety of South India in conjunction with the operations here in the South Med. Hopefully we'll be able to do that quick enough, and then we'll be able to finish, or rather set up for the next operation in the next day or so. How far can I drop? Oh, this is close enough. We'll send them here via airborne, then we'll have them head home via close ship convoy work, maybe? Supply situation is still on fire. What are you guys doing out there? Shin, you need to split up your forces a bit. Send them somewhere else. I'm putting you in Denver. You guys, sending an MS division a bit further to Nevada. Uh, you guys are gonna be dropping in now. And now, ooh, they're heading home, right? Oh, why are they going back to base? Gonna send you back to the European front now. Rather send them over here. This what the landing zone, then have them transfer by sea. These guys, yeah, these guys took a while. They're still driving. The first units that arrived are the Invasion Mobile Suit Regiments. Why are they colored like Amuros, though? UNT Spacey. Dang it. A pretty unified term for the Earth Federation Space Force. Ooh! Just 2 weeks left until we can reuse the other Zaku's. Then we'll probably get Bernie's. Oh no, it's Al's. No, Bernie. We get Bernie's achievement. Unfortunately, Andy died in the Arctic base raid, so we can't really get this one. I'm not sure if we can get Al's achievement, since that needs another ending, which goes through not, Path 9B and 10B, but since we captured the Alex, can't go through here anymore. Where is everybody else in the South Asia theater? What's taking these guys so long to arrive? What? What? Huh? What the hell just happened? Oh, it's because I reached January 96. It took too long. Crud. Okay, that's a problem on my part because apparently I took too long. So, officially, the game ends at January 0096. So, I guess we'll just have to carry on and do something down here. Hopefully we can do some stuff. But with that marker, I think we are unfortunately out of other options, but we'll just have to go ahead and attempt to finish the war. And then drive further home. Just because we've already reached the rear end here doesn't mean... hang on. Let me just get something. Disable decision, no checks, and... Hope the Federation will do something while we're already on the way out. Ah, my supplies! Let's ignore that ending and continue the operation, maybe. And do these and these. That's a month. Naval engagement out of here. That's an enemy destroyer out and about. More civilian factories are now available after the research. And we've also captured some more civilian factories in our control. Let's see if we can... Let's just wait for these operations to complete. Oh, there he is. Zaku is now complete. We've completed Bernie's achievement. Zaku P reuse device available. I don't know how I can make the most of that. Is it a ground unit? It is considered a ground unit for some reason. Oh, I want to add this guy to. Question. He's not a support unit, is he? There he is. Psycho Zaku. I have to add that. Although that means we're gonna eat up some of our special forces slots again. Not much of a super issue. Alright, that's everybody. We'll just have to wait until we can unlock Plan Red and Operation Citadel. Else on the research line I can use? Not here. I'm still waiting for the other other story missions to become available in a future patch, but it's taking a while for them to develop that, which is kind of annoying. It's understandable because they are a small mod team after all. Now they're really stepping up the naval engagements. And we're losing our convoy significantly faster now. Ugh. How long till everybody is available? gonna be another week. Wait, what? Oh, I moved it to New York. No, 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 no. Why did I do that? The Tripoli, you dingus. That's Alexandria that I need to move to. I wasted my command powers. Damn it. Supply convoys are going to be chewed up even faster. Should be in Tripoli base after all. Dang it. I have to wait until those cool down before we can do that. Convoy's going down faster now. My choice. Conduct the operations now. What the? Is this? Oh, the infantry formation. I'll be spending the rest of the year trying to drive down there. Ow. Trying to set up a front line then. And now we'll send an attack all across the entirety of the south. See if I'm gonna move. What? Not moving. Oh, signed. Assignments mode should be assigned to one of these frontline operations. You know what? Let's split these guys up. And these guys to this attack, while the rest of you will be here. And that should start things moving up. Yes, thank you. I have to wait 7 more days for this one to run. You know, it is kind of a shame that this run ended as it is, with no mobile suit participation from the Federation. Mostly because, well, it was my fault. So I didn't conduct the airdrop operations on time. And now they don't have anything to use. What are you guys doing? Why aren't they driving? Desert's 3 Division 37 Reaction Force. Fly to Bombay then. Get it to Tripoli. Yep, getting into Tripoli will make it easier for the convoys to move. Federation mobile suits have a really nice sound to them when they're moving. Here. Are they driving? Plan Red is now underway. We capture Magwa, East Bengal, and West Bengal for this one. Which areas are those? Oh, this area. All the way out there? Right. Drive all the way out there. Hopefully we... Oh! Bad news! Infantry division in the area. Intercept them before they do anything funny. Oh, it's Ryu. Hey, Ryu. We have the height advantage, thankfully, and we also have the intel advantage, so that's that. But I wish we had engineering support as well. There's a pot here. Up, they're pushing in now, heading south. Do I need to get Plan Red done? Oh, all the way out there, apparently. Bit of a pocket here. What else? Ooh, there's an infantry formation here. The Alex isn't using its wrist machine guns. That's kind of sad. There's a lot of spots to cover. Hang on a second. I think I need to cancel this movement. We need to capture the West Bengal region first. What? This guy. Oh. Okay. We're driving through that. I send everybody else I can to capture these points and try to encircle this area. They know what's up. And it's a shame that we couldn't get there, but at least let's try to capture the soft underbelly of Europe now. Sending some of these fat uncles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 squadrons of the fat uncles should be able to deploy by air and capture this area. Taking a while to arrive. You need to go home. What? Oh, no troops transferring? Okay, then just conduct paradrop operation then. Here. There are planes. Sending them over to Algiers now. Strategic transfer, if you please. Thank you. That's taking a while. Where the hell are the birds? Still transferring. Well, over here, another loss at sea. That's one of our destroyers, apparently. Right, time to drop into Cagliari. Have them wait for their reorg. Drop you over here. And have them return to their form lane for my information here. Send these guys over to land. Drive all the way to the northern areas. Transfer these guys from Tunisia to Sardinia and have them drop over to Palermo. Once the Federation is complete... Wait, what? Okay, that's all regions secured. Airdrop operations are complete. The planes are in position. We can land them here. Let's wait for them to reorg, and we should be good. Our set of convoys lost 13. 13? What? Oh. Or tungsten and chromium deposits in California. While Operation Plan Red still incomplete because we're still waiting on everybody to complete their jobs. This region. Everybody else is taking a while to arrive. Oh, Magwe. Else needs controlling. Ooh, the new one. Solar Ray available again? We just need to control Magwe and then we're clear with Plan Red. Taking a long time to do that, mostly because the logistics in this area are awful. Everything in this region almost in our control. Okay, just a bit more. Alright, actually, we completed completed Plan Red, and we are now ready to receive our rewards for that. Send these paratroopers up now. Have them conduct the offensive line all the way up here to Marseille. Nice. Joint Chiefs of Staff will report the Operation Red has achieved its original objectives. That's gonna give us some points. Now they're just waiting to get something out of that. Whoops. Assignment. Drive through Resina. Capture these lands, and bada bing, bada boom. Another naval loss. Case. The front line here. Then order them to conduct an operational drive all the way to the south. Hopefully they don't run into any interceptions. That infantry division in Bombay won't be much of a... What the heck? 16 infantry divisions? Or rather 16 infantry formations in that singular area? Are you bleeding kidding me? Still driving through convoy lines. Still driving through apparently. And now Taranto and Brindisi in our control. They just need to... Oh, not assigned there, huh? Okay, unit assignment coming into the left side. 2 divisions from the 3rd Reserve. Ooh. What? Oh. Looks like they've started moving infantry formations through Aden. Can't really fault them for that. We don't have any defenses in the area. Our key defense area, but after all, is here. We should move guys here in El Arish. Oh, come on! We need more guys here. Maybe I should... Where are you? Remove this area, maybe? That's where Cairo base is. Well, whatever. I know where they're gonna fall back to. Can afford to lose Aden base right now, at least. Everybody's on the drive, I think. It's 9 divisions from the 37th Reaction Force driving south. Ow. Well, these guys here in the soft underbelly of Europe aren't doing anything. Which one has only one? There is one division. Assign you to this one as well. Hopefully they're gonna drive properly. Rome is now under our control. Beautiful. How many more points till we win? 84 points towards our victory. Right. We lost an escort and a boy in that engagement. Only 1 infantry formation of them Aden. They can probably try and drive through here, get themselves blown up. We can probably send these... Oh wait, let's transfer 33rd to the Europe theater now. 19th Reserve Corps, all manning with Sevilla. We can send the 5th Airborne. I can send the 5th Airborne to Paris. And that's the Special Duties Group. So let's send these guys to Paris instead. The 5th Airborne conducts a link-up with the Steiner 33rd Reserves. They won't have any supply issues now. Not moving as fast as I want them to be, that's annoying. Very least, we've captured most of the Italian boot. Just knocking out some of these task forces in the area. Convoys are excellent. Genoa base is now under our control, but by the sound of it, enemy air superiority. Eee, that's not good. We transfer some interceptors. Too far out. And need some interceptors in this area. Half of you guys will be on air superiority, and the other half is going to be on interception. Moving north, we just need to make the link up here, and then we can call it a day. I'm actually surprised I did not see that we're almost they call it. So I kind of missed my deadline, and I'm gonna have to make some extra time up for that. But I am glad that we did manage to conduct our operations finally and set up some... Oh. Here they come. The first Federation mobile suit formations are coming in. And they've built up a large reserve by the looks of it. Well, looks like it's time for the real challenge. For the time being, we just need to link up the forces here. So once we've done that, we... Oh, crud, here they come. First MS Division. Ooh, that's a lot of them, and they're fast. What the heck? Already? Oh, that's it. Wait, these are GM Type C's in AU colors. Oh no. That sounds like a bad idea. Oh, they're gonna take over Delhi again. I think we're going to lose the southern front, South Asian front at least. Seeing mobile suit formations driving for us. Here they come. Let's just hope they don't conduct any naval operations, and then we're good. Overlapping lines of every... Oh, ace promotion. Perfect. Come on, man. Crud. He got wounded? Are you kidding me? Well, I guess we'll just have to make do with what we have right now, and hopefully they don't break our South Asian front line. The destroyer to destroyer action, but we're getting aces promoted too. Oh no. Oh no, that's a Gundam team. Brown types, GM type Cs. They're bringing out the whole balloons. They're throwing everything in the kitchen spoon at me. This is a bad sign. Let's just pray that they don't conduct naval operations in our rear lines because we don't have enough forces. I guess it's a good time as any to make up more mobile suits, eh? Train these guys. Send some of these here. Drop them all in Alexandria base because I feel like we're going to be driving through through the Middle East all the way down to... Oh. Yeah, no, these guys aren't going to be able to do anything. We got these GMs stalking us from the rear as well. Oh, it's a liar again. I should survive all of that. I think I am going to send some of these guys. Side 7 garrisons, maybe? Xeon Home Guard. I'm gonna send some of the guys from the Xeon Home Guard over to the they call it the South Asian front, because by the looks of it, we're going to lose heavily here unless we manage to break up the lines. the very least, their production seems to be a bit slow, so some of their mobile suit forces are having a hard time getting reinforcements. And now they're gonna drive through Delhi. How long are you gonna take to get to Delhi? 1 day. Can you get there fast enough? I don't want to lose that front line, buddy. It's gonna need... I know it's across the river, but I'm not taking any chances, so I'm gonna need you to hold this line. Oh, you dingo. This guy here. 2 attacks coming in at 2 points. Come on. More aces coming out of the... Oh, that's not good. This is coming out of April's. Just a bit more and they can actually break through. They've already got mobile suits ready to deploy at a moment's notice. And by the looks of it, tenuous as it is, we've finally succeeded in linking up the soft underbelly of Europe to our command lines. Sabotage, excellent, just excellent. Uh-oh. Land battleship, that's a big-ass fat tray. Or a big fort. Or, no, this is a big tray, not a fat fort. Good news is we did manage to secure this region. Uh-oh, here they come. That's good, that is so not good. Need them to deploy and flank on the guard rolls. We managed to cut off some of their mobile suit attacks from here. But it's imperative that we keep Cairo base defended. So let's hope they don't conduct any amphibious operations here. While here in Europe, things seem to be going terribly badly. But as it stands, I am unfortunately gonna have to call it in for today. I'm actually running a little too long. Very least, we did manage to conduct the operations we needed to conduct, which are to finish off the African region, mostly. A lot of minor islands here, but... Hey, wait a second. They captured these positions now. Well, whatever. Take care of them next time. We did secure most of the African continent, and we've managed to link up areas here in the we've linked up the soft underbelly in the Mediterranean region, at least. And the problem is, we now have to worry about, yes, mobile suit formations bringing... Dang it, that one got cut off. We need to link up and secure these positions first. Need to worry about the fact that the Federation now has a significant amount of mobile suits in their position, or in their possession. And they now have an advantage in development designs for us, which puts us at a... Oh, we can reverse engineer some of these guys now. Which means we capture some of their mobile suits intact at the very least. But for the time being, we'll have to stick to a defensive stance as we try to reorganize our attack forces here in Southern Europe. Just like that, we got cut off. I think we're going to lose the Africa front, or rather the southern regions, I think. I'd rather set up a defensive position here in the Delhi region. Get everybody back. Oh, I can't afford to give ground here, since we still have we still have a little more to go. But we cannot afford to lose Delhi. Where the heck are you going? Dingus, I need you in Delhi. Oh, that's a ground type unit knocked out. Gonna need more of them so we can reverse engineer their hardware and use their own units against them. Should probably remove some of these lines here in the area defense and just focus on defending Delhi then. No choice on the matter. Really need to hold those lines. Where are you going? Hold Delhi, for the love of God. Oh, it's a mobile tank division. Rather than... What? Where are you idiots going? Screw it. Remove this from the area defense and just focus on defending Delhi then. Let's give ground and focus on defending the Delhi landing zone at this rate. These guys got cut off. Bleeding idiots. Four days. They're gonna have to wait 4 days to get there. Ah, they managed to break through. I have to defend the Delhi front line. Yeah, let me stabilize the Delhi defense position first. Huh? Oh, it's these guys. How did you... What? How did he make it all the way out there? Idiot. Oh well, whatever. He's gonna have to use the space landing zone for that. And Paris, at least, is now in our control. Just need to stabilize. Facility when unassigned scientist. Oh, the Ile-de-France area. Ground scientist for that. I need somebody who's... like... Right, things don't look so hot here in the South Asian region right now, but we're trying to hold on and restabilize the situation at least. Meanwhile, out here, we've successfully established a link up here in the southern European area. Soft underbelly of Europe has been rubbed and rubbed significantly. And with just a couple more percentages going in our favor, we'll be able to win this war finally, even though we've gone beyond the actual time limit. We'll try as much as possible to get that done next time, and we'll also do some reverse engineering then. For the time being, we are going to call it in a night. Thank you so much for being with us today. Like I said earlier, I'm pretty happy that we managed to secure uh, the objectives that we set up at the start of this, even though it was well, now we are pretty much in the climax, despite the fact that we did have to go over the starting line. We're just a few rounds away from finally ending this war in our favor. Hopefully, we can actually do that next time. Next time is going to be tomorrow. I'll probably do some more thumbnail making, thumbnails for the VODs that we've got left behind. I actually did a couple of them yesterday when I got some time, but things have been going slowly. Unless I think we could actually finish them within a week, if not within the next day. Still a ton of them though, and adding this stream will add to the backlog still. Hopefully, we can actually finish them before my personal deadline of next week. Please pray that I can actually finish this. With all that being said, if you got any complaints or valid reactions about the stream today, you can always fix it. If you've got a hankering for the older streams I've already done and are no longer here on Twitch, you can always check the VOD archives linked in the About tab of my profile page. Speaking of my profile page, you can all if you got a friend who might be interested in the stuff I stream, or might be uh, in the mood to complain about Twitch streamers in general, you can always share or not Twitch streamers, like PNG streamers in general, you can always share my link, twitch.tv/lurknetwork. That's all from me, for now. Let me just catch my breath as I try to realize how badly banged up we are here. Ground types, randoms, GMs of all shapes and forms, GM type C, GM power. They got a lot here. I'm hearing, ooh, yep, big trays, large forks coming in. That many forces breaking us up. It is imperative that we survive next time so we can finally end the war. Hopefully we can. And you're out. Or anything, or any updates on the socials. As for today, work is RT watching. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Good night, everybody.